Well, it's so exciting. We have a new audio system here. We're thrilled for this. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the April 7th, 2014 Reorganization meeting for the Village of Tuckahoe. At this time, I would ask everyone to please stand while Father Rosser gives the invocation.
Let us pray. Almighty and eternal God, you have revealed your glory to all the nations. You are a God of power and might, of wisdom and justice. Only through you authority is rightly administered, laws are enacted, and judgment is decreed. Assist with your spirit of wisdom, counsel, fortitude, and right judgment our mayor and elected trustees of our village of Tuckahoe. May they be enabled and ennobled by your powerful protection to discharge their duties with honesty and ability, especially the most vulnerable of our people, the sick and the weak, the powerless, the immigrant, the youth, and elderly. We also place before you our new Justice, David Fuller, to let the light of your divine wisdom direct his deliberations and shine forth in all the proceedings and laws framed for our rule and government in justice and mercy. We likewise this night commend to your unbounded mercy all our citizens of the United States, in particular our men and women who are serving our country in the armed forces. Bring them all home safely, as we pray for those who have been wounded and those who were killed in action and their grieving families. May we as a country be blessed in knowledge and sanctified in the observance of your holy law. May we be preserved in union and that peace which the world cannot give, and after enjoying the blessings of this life, be admitted to those which are eternal. We pray to you, who are Lord and God, forever and ever. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Father. If everyone would please remain standing, I'm going to introduce Dylan Eklund, who is the acting patrol leader for tonight's flag presentation by Eastchester Boy Scout Troop 353.
Color Guard, advance.
And I would now ask everyone to please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Color Guard, post the colors. Color Guard, dismissed.
Thank you, gentlemen. Wonderful job. Well, we have a few swearing-ins to do tonight. So I'm actually pleased to be the first mayor in the history of the Village of Tuckahoe to swear in the village justice. So I just found that out tonight, so I'm thrilled to do that. And Judge Fuller, if you please come on up. We're going to make sure we use all of our new technology that we have here. So, Judge, if you would please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, David O. Fuller, Jr.
I, David O. Fuller, Jr.
Do solemnly swear
swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of village justice
that I will faithfully discharge the duties of village justice
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Judge, if you'd like to say a word or
Well,
two?
I'd say a few
Actually,
words.
hold on, let me give you the mic, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Thank you all for coming. I want to, of course, acknowledge my wife Isabel, who's started out in '81 when I was first appointed as judge by Mayor White, who I thought might be here tonight, but he did that. And I've served under, this is the sixth mayor that I've served under, Judge Eckman, who just swore me in. I'm happy for that tradition. I'm glad that he did swear me in as mayor. Usually it's another judge, but this is a fine thing to start. Appreciate having a priest here to give us our invocation, and Boy Scouts for what they did with the flag. I just think I want you to expect what you've had, I feel, in the past times that I've been your judge, and that is I want to be fair, I want to be impartial. As they say, no fear or favor. I want you to feel that when a case comes before me, that you know that you've gotten justice, that I've decided on the merits and nothing else. So thank you again for supporting me. I really appreciate it. I'm happy to attend now to my other duties, which is swearing in the other people here.
Yes, and if we could please have Trustee Quigley step up. Thank you, Judge, very nice. Do you need this?
I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the office
that I will faithfully execute the office
of trustee
of trustee
of the Village of Tuckahoe,
of the Village of Tuckahoe,
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York.
and the Constitution of the State of New York.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Sure, yes, come on up. And we have one more tonight. So we have Mr. Alfasi, if you'd like to please come on up, bring your family. And yeah, we're going to do that right afterwards. Yes.
I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the office
that I will faithfully execute the office
of trustee of the Village of Tuckahoe,
of trustee of the Village of Tuckahoe,
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United
the
States
Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York.
and the Constitution of the State of New York.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Wonderful. And if Steve number 3 would like to come on up to the, yes.
Thank
And you can put your colleague's nameplate in as well.
Be happy to.
We're going to get to,
I'll sit down for a while.
yes, please, thank you.
All right, thank you.
3 Steves in a row up here. That's right. At this point, I'd like to ask any members of the public, and I'd like to recognize Supervisor Calavita, if you'd like to come on up. We have our podium here, if you'd like to say a few words.
Thank you very much, Steve. All Steves, Tom and Greg as well. First of all, congratulations to Steve Quigley on your reelection. Great job. And to Steve Alfasi, it's tough when you throw your hat in the ring for the first time, but congratulations on your victory as well.
Thank you so
I
much.
know that all 5 of you all share one common goal, and that's to make the Village of Tuckahoe better. And it's our pledge to you as a town board member. I know Luigi Marcoci is also here. I'm sure he'll say a couple of words. That we pledge our support of this board, and we'll work hard together to do the best we can, not just for the Village of Tuckahoe, but for the town at large. So we congratulate you again. Of course, to Judge Fuller. How many terms is Judge Fuller in now? 700? 800? Actually. But of course, he presides over a court. The court has an excellent reputation for being impartial, being fair, and most importantly, being reasonable to all those that come before it. So congratulations to you as well. Thank you. Have a great evening, and good luck to you.
Thank you very much for
Thank
your
you.
kind words tonight. Anybody else like to come on up and say a few words? Tuckahoe's Luigi Marcoci. Even though he sits up on the board in Eastchester, he's Tuckahoe's Luigi Marcoci.
Thank you, and congratulations. on a job well done on the campaign. I know I've worked with all of you in the past, and I know that you're all committed to this village and that you'll do a great job. Anything that we can do at the town board, as Tony mentioned, we're open arms and we're willing to help. And just let us know. And I also want to congratulate Melba and also Krista Giorgio on a well-fought election and campaign. So congratulations to all. Thanks.
Thank you, Luigi.
Thank you.
And we have former trustee Jeanette Hayes.
Thank you, Mayor, and congratulations, of course, to Stephen Quigley and Steve Alfasi, sitting in that chair. Anything I can do, of course, to help you, I am here. You know that. You have a wonderful group of mentors sitting next to you to help guide you through the process. And again, anything I could do to help you, and I wish you, of course, the best of luck. And of course, Judge Fuller, congratulations once again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And our planning board member, Melba Caliano.
Good evening. Congratulations, Steve Quigley. Congratulations, Steve Alfasi. It was a great campaign. I have a lot to thank Mr. Alfasi for, but congratulations on your win. Just an aside, there was some concern about this being a 5-0 Republican board. I think we need to be worried about this being a 5-0 Steve board in the future. So, anyway, you know that I'm on the planning board. You know that I like what I do. You know that I'm here to help, as everybody else has offered to help. Please call on me for insight into planning or zoning issues. Again, congratulations and good luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody? Yes, sir. Mr. DeGiorgio.
Again, I just too want to congratulate Steve Quigley and Steve Alfasi and Judge Fuller. Judge, you've been doing great work for all these years. Congratulations again on your reelection, and congratulations for the two Steves. I wish them the best wishes, and looking forward to a great year for Tuckahoe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else from the public like to speak? If not, I'm going to turn it over to my colleagues here on the board, and we'll start with your Deputy Mayor, Thomas Giordano.
Thanks, Mayor Steve. I think Supervisor Colavita said it very well, that I think we have two trustees on the board and a judge who I think are all share at least one thing in common, and that is that they have the best interests of our village in mind. And I think that the other thing that they all share is they have the wisdom to render well-considered decisions in that regard. So I think having both is a real value to us. And so I've enjoyed the time that I've gotten to serve with Trustee Quigley, and I'm very much looking forward to the time serving together with Trustee Alfasi. Sounds nice to say that. And I wish you all the best in the coming term, and that we can continue to accomplish some good things for our village, and as we try to do, to leave it in a better place than as we found it. So welcome, congratulations. Also like to acknowledge the grace of the two and commend the two candidates for their grace and comments as well. I think they were very nicely put, and it's nice to hear that. So,
thank you. Well said.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Trustee Luisi.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I'd like to congratulate Judge Fuller again. 30 years plus in that position, and that's commendable to give your time to the village. And as you pointed out, you have been fair to all who have come before you in your court, and that's commendable. So congratulations, and we look forward to another 4 years here in Village Hall. Trustee Quigley, it's a pleasure working with you because, and I mean that sincerely, you've opened my eyes to a lot of issues, made me see the other side of the coin, and for that I appreciate. And we always engage in gainful dialogue, and I know that we're going to continue to engage in gainful dialogue. And the new Steve, Trustee Alfasi, you and I have been in conversation many times as I've seen you in Village Hall. You've even been a guest on your radio show. Hopefully I can do that again, maybe?
Maybe.
We won't talk about maybe. But seriously, I'm going to tell you what I was told by Councilman Marcocia 3 years ago. It's 2 meetings a month. So don't worry, it's only 2 meetings a month, but I look forward to working with you. We have a lot of good things in the hopper, as they say, and we're looking forward to the next 2 years. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Very kind words. I'll echo these comments, but I also want to mention the unsung heroes of the 2 successful candidates to my left here, and that's their families. You know, if it wasn't for the spouses and the children who actually share your time of these 2 fine gentlemen here, we would not be living in as wonderful a community as we do. So I want to thank you sincerely. It is a burden sometimes, and there's some events, special events that they miss, and as well as I know it too. But you know what? At the end of the day, they're true leaders, and they're actually demonstrating great civic responsibility, which are huge learning tools for the children. And again, I just want to thank you very much for sharing them with us. I will echo Greg's comments. Steve Quigley is a fantastic trustee. He does a wonderful job here, and I as well truly do appreciate the perspective that he gives, and he seems to be the guy who kind of catches me on a lot of little mistakes. So I want to thank him for that. Just, you know, minor clerical things, and he just points them out to me, and he's saved me quite a few times. So I want to thank him for that. And Steve Alfasi. Steve has a presence here at Village Hall. His business is located in this building, and that, I think, is a huge asset to all of us here. I want to thank him for stepping up and throwing his hat in the ring. I want to thank his challengers who are out in the audience today. But we're happy that you're here, and we know you're going to hit the ground running hard. So welcome, and with that, I'll ask Trustee Quigley if you want to say a few words.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I congratulate Judge Fuller. I've known Judge Fuller for about 27 years, first as a neighbor, and now I'm proud to be able to serve as part of the Tuckahoe Village government with Judge Fuller. It's been a great experience. And also to Melba Caliano for forcing us into a campaign that, and I'll mention a little bit later how that was a good thing for, I think, myself for being reelected. And of course, I want to congratulate Steve Alfasi on his election. Though he might not be entirely comfortable situated to the left of the only Democrat on the board, but as I've experienced over the past 4 years, our board has been extremely congenial and collaborative, and I look forward to Steve's participation with us. And I also want to acknowledge and especially thank my running mate, Chris DiGiorgio, for his guidance and for the hard work in our campaign. Chris headed up a dedicated team of volunteers and supporters, which I found both reassuring in that my service as a trustee was valued and also humbling in that so many people, some who I'd not even previously known, came out to support my reelection. So thank you, Chris, and to the Democratic team. Thank you to my wife, Marianne, as Steve just mentioned. It's a lot of, Greg says 2 meetings a month. In between those 2 meetings a month, there's a lot of things going on and requires a fair amount of commitment. And so often I'm away from the house on these events. But what I especially like is that she does accompany me on a lot of the events. And it's really great to have her as my supporter politically, but also as my spouse. And so thank you to Marianne. And I'm especially grateful to the Tuckahoe voters who have given me the opportunity to continue as a trustee. And I look forward to serving the people of our village over the next 2 years. Now, as I mentioned, we had a contested election this year, something that's really too often and too rare in villages and towns these days. And I pulled 2 major benefits from being in a contested race. First, it sharpened my own focus of why I want to be a village trustee and what I hope to bring to the village during my next term. And second, I was able to meet many Tuckahoe residents and discuss what they liked about our village and what they didn't like about our village. Now, I'm pleased to report that the likes far outweigh the dislikes, and I think our conversations over this past month and a half will assist me in being more responsive to all the concerns in our community. Now, one disappointing note about the election, we were reviewing the numbers over the weekend, and if I understand it correctly, only about 17% of the registered voters actually came out to cast a ballot in this race. Now, our village government exercises democracy at its most basic level, and I urge our residents to learn more about what we do and to participate in the process. All of our village public meetings, including obviously our board meetings here, but the planning board, the zoning board, are regularly broadcast on the cable channel, and there's a lot of valuable information on our website. Now, I realize, having explained that for the folks who are here tonight and for those who are watching on television, I'm sort of preaching to the choir. But I'd love to see more of the Tuckahoe residents become involved in what we all believe is a very worthwhile endeavor. So along with Mayor Eklund, my fellow trustees, Tom Giordano and Greg Luisi, and our new trustee, Steve Alfasi, I pledge my continuing efforts to represent your needs and interests, to preserve and enhance all that is good about Tuckahoe, and to address those areas where improvements are needed. As I mentioned before, I can be contacted, and we all can be contacted anytime through the website, www.tuckahoe.com, and as always, look forward to your comments, your criticisms, and your suggestions. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Alfasi.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. That's a pretty hard person to follow. That was a wonderful speech. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking out into the audience and I'm looking at my wife, Lisa. And she's looking at me like, oh my gosh, Steve, you probably should have spent more time preparing a speech. But anyway, I'm a little intimidated. I have some scribbles on a piece of pad here, but my colleague has come with a well-typed out, beautiful speech. I'll prepare even more for the next time. That's one of my promises. But anyway, with that said, tonight's not a night for long speeches. At least I'm not going to give a long speech, but I am going to thank and congratulate quite a few people. One, congratulations, Judge Fuller. I've peeked my head through the door numerous times to see what's going on here in the village court, and I encourage everyone to come on out and look and see the justice in process. And certainly you and Judge O'Toole, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the town. When you're on the bench, it's wonderful to see. Your demeanor is something that we all enjoy and respect. Thank you so much. With that said, I'd like to thank, first and foremost, God for all the blessings He has bestowed upon me. I'd like to thank my wife, Lisa, and children. I'd like to thank my colleague, Steve. I'd like to thank my running mate, Melba Caliano. I'd like to thank my opponent, Chris DiGiorgio. And most of all, I'd like to thank the voters. Thank you so much for giving me the confidence to put myself forward, my friends and supporters and family who said, yes, Steve, you have something to offer the village. Please run. Thank you so much for that. Lastly, I'd like to thank all the elected officials, both past and present. This is a tough job. Not just being a trustee, but putting yourself out there, putting yourself out in the public eye. And I really, truly want to thank the Democrats in particular. And I want to give a reason. Everyone here tonight, Trustee Tom, you mentioned it, and we alluded to it. Those who I've met over the last 11 years, elected officials from the village, from the town, from Bronxville, from our community, have been extremely gracious and respectful to myself, my family. I may not agree with some of my colleagues' opinions. I may have not agreed with Mayor Fitzpatrick on all issues, but in particular, Mayor Fitzpatrick has always been gracious and respectful to me at all times. And I really want to commend all the elected officials for that. And lastly, I don't make promises too often, but I will promise this. I know that this is not just where we live, this is our home. And I'll never forget that, and as a trustee, I'll make my decisions with that always in mind. Thank you very much.
Very nice. Very good. Even though it wasn't scripted, you did a great job.
I can't
Wonderful.
do a script.
That's wonderful. Well, with that, I'm going to now please ask our deputy clerk to call the roll.
Trustee Giordano.
Present.
Trustee Quigley.
Present.
Trustee Luisi.
Present.
Trustee Alfasi.
Present.
Mayor Eklund.
And I am present. Just to wrap up our business tonight, I have a few appointments that I have to make, so I'm going to get this underway. The first appointment is the appointment of Thomas Giordano as deputy mayor for another one-year term. So I'm going to ask for a motion for that.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I'm sorry. Trustee Giordano.
In favor?
Trustee Quigley.
In favor.
Trustee Luisi.
In favor?
Trustee Alfasi.
In favor?
Mayor Eklund.
In favor. The next item is the appointment of acting village justice Michael O'Toole for a term of 1 year. Do I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Trustee Giordano.
In favor?
Trustee Quigley.
In favor.
Trustee Luisi.
In favor.
Trustee Alfasi.
In favor?
Mayor Eklund.
In favor. And with that, I would love to ask our justice to please come on up and administer this oath of office.
I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the office
that I will faithfully execute the office
of acting village justice
of acting village justice
of the village of Tuckahoe,
of the village of Tuckahoe,
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United
the
States
Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York.
and the Constitution of the State of New York.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
I would just like to take this opportunity to thank the board and the mayor. This is my 24th one-year appointment.
Congratulations again.
1991 was my first appointment. I think I've now tied Walter Alston for the most one-year contracts.
Is that right?
Good.
Good.
I'd also like to thank the board and the mayor and former trustee Hayes for keeping the court intact in Tuckahoe and recognizing its importance as one of the important branches of local government. So thank you for that, too. I look forward to serving on the bench, Judge Fuller, Justice Fuller again. I'll never catch up to him because he was 10 years ahead of me getting on the bench. But we've provided together almost it's over 55 years of experience on the bench, and I think that's very valuable for our court. So once again, thank you very much, and I look forward to serving.
Thank you very much. Nice words. Thank you. With that, I'm going to move on, and I have, let's see, the appointment of the Registrar of Vital Statistics, Susan Chamara, for a term of 1 year. Do I have a motion for that?
So moved.
A second?
Second?
Trustee Giordano.
Favor.
Trustee Quigley.
In favor.
Trustee Luisi.
In favor.
Trustee Alfasi.
In favor.
Mayor Eklund.
In favor. The appointment for a term of 1 year, Susan Chamara, to the position of Receiver of Taxes. Do I have a motion for that?
So moved?
Second?
Second.
Trustee Giordano.
Favor.
Trustee Quigley.
In favor.
Trustee Luisi.
In favor.
Trustee Alfasi.
In favor.
Mayor Eklund.
In favor. The appointment of Camille DeSalvo for a term of 1 year as our Deputy Village Clerk. Do I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second?
Trustee Giordano.
Favor.
Trustee Quigley.
In favor.
Trustee Luisi.
In favor.
Trustee Alfasi.
In favor.
Mayor Eklund.
In favor. The appointment of Camille DeSalvo for a term of 1 year as the Deputy Registrar of Vital Statistics. Do I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Trustee Giordano.
In favor?
Trustee Quigley.
In favor.
Trustee Luisi.
In favor.
Trustee Alfasi.
In favor?
Mayor Eklund.
In favor. The appointment of Todd Hutton for a term of 1 year as the Assessor for the Village of Tuckahoe. Do I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Second?
Second?
Trustee Giordano.
In favor?
Trustee Quigley.
In favor.
Trustee Luisi.
In favor.
Trustee Alfasi.
In favor.
Mayor Eklund.
In favor. The appointment of John Cavallaro for a term of 1 year as Village Attorney. Do I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Second?
Second?
Trustee Giordano.
Favor?
Trustee Quigley.
In favor.
Trustee Luisi.
In favor.
Trustee Alfasi.
In favor?
Mayor Eklund.
In favor. The appointment of Gary Gertzen as Deputy Village Attorney for a term for 1 year. Do I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Second?
Second?
Trustee Giordano.
In favor.
Trustee Quigley.
In favor.
Trustee Luisi.
In favor?
Trustee Alfasi.
In favor.
Mayor Eklund.
In favor. The appointment of Antonio Leo as Chairperson of the Planning Board for a term of 1 year. Do I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Trustee Giordano.
In favor.
Trustee Quigley.
In favor.
Trustee Luisi.
In favor?
Trustee Alfasi.
In favor.
Mayor Eklund.
In favor. The appointment of Ron Gallo as Chairperson of the Tuckahoe Zoning Board of Appeals for a term of 1 year. Do I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Trustee Giordano.
In favor.
Trustee Quigley.
In favor.
Trustee Luisi.
In favor?
Trustee Alfasi.
In favor.
Mayor Eklund.
In favor. The appointment of Barbara Niemanen as Chairperson for our Sign and Awning Board Committee for a term of 1 year. Do I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Trustee Giordano.
In favor.
Trustee Quigley.
In favor.
Trustee Luisi.
In favor?
Trustee Alfasi.
In favor.
Mayor Eklund.
In favor. Designation of the following banks for the Village of Tuckahoe, each for a period of 1 year, and the banks are as follows: the Hudson Valley Bank, J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, Wells Fargo Bank, Webster Bank, and HSBC Bank. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Trustee Giordano.
In favor.
Trustee Quigley.
In favor.
Trustee Luisi.
In favor?
Trustee Alfasi.
In favor.
Mayor Eklund.
In favor. Designation of newspapers for the Village of Tuckahoe, and these newspapers are the Journal News, the Eastchester Review, the Eastchester Rising, the Westchester Guardian newspaper. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Trustee Giordano.
In favor.
Trustee Quigley.
In favor.
Trustee Luisi.
In favor?
Trustee Alfasi.
In favor.
Mayor Eklund.
In favor. Resolution readopting the present procurement policy on file with the village clerk. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Trustee Giordano.
In favor.
Trustee Quigley.
In favor.
Trustee Luisi.
In favor?
Trustee Alfasi.
In favor.
Mayor Eklund.
In favor. A resolution readopting the present investment policy on file with the village clerk. Do I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Trustee Giordano.
In favor.
Trustee Quigley.
In favor.
Trustee Luisi.
In favor?
Trustee Alfasi.
In favor.
Mayor Eklund.
In favor. And that wraps up our business tonight of our reorganization meeting of the year 2014. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight, sincerely. And with that, I'm going to ask for a motion to adjourn this reorganization meeting.
So moved.
Do I have a second of that?
Second.
Thank you very much, and good night, everybody.